like wild divine, not peaceful bites. And my way, you walked away, that I just got so sick of it. Then the way that I was from, they give it what can see you no more. And you let it go.
Like Muslim Dragon Bird, double African Dragon Blue shot pala, and a human laser.
Get the Exo here, no! One Dragon does go into Mansky's side. There's the Equalizer in the back line. Catapult is actually, you know, a 5-man!
Isang napakaganda, napakatindi, at napakalakas na gabi para sa inyo mga Summoners. Welcome back dito sa Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split. We are now on to our Week 12 at kami po inyong magiging shoutcaster. Ako nga po pala si Jesse with the one for a night.
Ako po si GS Amplifier.
Okay, we just came in from the match na nanggaling between these two formidable teams. Sila ang actually considered as dark horse ng PGS, di ba?
Yes,
Well,
talaga.
NAGA Esports bago-bago. Pero who would expect la? Ang laki talaga ng improvement sa performance ng NAGA Esports coming in into this split. And now we've witnessed Game 1 Celestial Esports versus NAGA Esports. GS Amplifier, pinanood mo yung kanina ko.
Oo, grabe. As in, kakarating ko na tapos biglang nagsimula yung game. Sobrang, I think, of all the PGS matches that we've seen, yun na siguro yung pinaka-ma-intense at magandang game na nakita natin. No? As in, diretso 49 minutes. Sabi nga ni Rico, nag-uusap kami kanina, sabi niya sa isang clash, I think I forgot to blink. Kasi sa sobrang intense ng clash, hindi ko may makahinga, hindi na siya nag-blink.
Ang daming elements nung larong yun.
Sobrang
daming elements. May Z0 at partner na nabuo, the split pushing jungler, di ba?
Tsaka yung compositions nila.
Oo, yan. So,
Yung
okay.
sleeper Kog'Maw na nakita natin.
Yes,
diba?
man, grabe. Napaka-risky nga yung pinupull off dun ng NAGA Esports, yung ganung klaseng composition. Pero nakarating sila dun sa proper scaling ng laro nila, and that probably then on to their first victory sa series na to if you look into our schedule. Yan! What you are going to witness is the Game 2. Tingnan natin kung makakabawi ang Celestial Esports mula sa pagkapanalo ng NAGA Esports back on Game 1. As you can see into our scoreboard, as you can see into our group stage scores, that NAGA Esports is now sitting on to 10 points. 9 points mula kanina, di ba? Okay, with 8 wins and 3 losses, whereas Celestial Esports is now 7-4.
Yes.
Para sa laro natin.
Sobrang importante ng game na itong Game 2 kasi if NAGA wins again, maka 3 points sila, diretsong 12 points yun,
Yes,
which means a
12
sure
points.
spot pretty much in the playoffs already.
Yes,
So Celestial, they really want to get back
Dalawang
in the
weeks na
second
lang
game.
natitira eh.
Oo. Kasi more or less, actually yung Imperial Pro team, medyo delikado pa sila eh. Kasi let's say lahat ng teams lumagpas ng 11 points, out na sila.
Yes,
so
man.
actually, these last few weeks are extremely intense. Kaya sobrang intense din ng games natin kasi they are all trying to steal the spot now for the playoffs natin. So actually, I don't know what to make of the next game.
Oh man, I'm
Kasi
really excited
seeing
because
the game earlier,
ano nga, ang daming nilalabas na bag dito. That Kog'Maw pick, it took one punch, it took one buff para lang mailabas ito ng NAGA Esports after holding on to that one. After holding on to that pick daw, sabi, okay, for a month daw, sabi nga daw, dito sa ating Pro Gaming Series. Again, we still have our match and win promo. We have to take note that is kanina. Massive performance coming in from Celestial Esports Fade. Diba, we have the Celestial Esports Fade bundle.
yes.
Okay, i-check niyan sa ating Pro Gaming Series Facebook
Oo nga,
fanpage.
sa mga mid lane and mains.
Mid lane mains natin yan. We have that Project Z, then also Ravenborn LeBlanc. Okay, there's the Sandstorm Echo. Ayan. Okay.
Tapos yung
Hainun Yasuo.
There you go, Great Lord this year. So grabe. Lahat ng skins na yan, I think are all 200 plus and pretty much the best skins per champion. So grabe.
Mid lane ko sa mid lane main ka pa.
Oo nga, pwede na ako sumali, di ba?
Sige, mga summoners natin, mga viewers natin, ladies and gentlemen, wag na nating patagal ito. Powered by the official shotmate of the Pro Gaming Series. Booster si Energy Shot. Genius, boost your focus, boost your game. Celestial Esports versus NAGA Esports. Let's get into the drafting phase.
Alright, so actually bago tayo pumunta sa drafting phase, comments muna sa Game 1. Sayang yung lead na nakuha na Celestial.
Yan, sige.
Up until yung 14 minutes, nakita natin na sobrang behind yung NAGA. Si Daigo fell behind a lot during the early game. At the point, he was down by 40 CS against si Fade on the LeBlanc. And then Udyr, obviously si Hex was doing well. Ang galing na pressure na sa lanes. Pero after 14 minutes, medyo nakita natin na hindi na alam ng Celestial kung paano nila gagamitin yung lead nila. Kasi kung titignan yung composition nila versus yung composition ng NAGA, they were under a timer yung Kog'Maw talaga would really scale into late game. They didn't know how to play their composition properly. Wala man lang tayo nakitang flank from Lissandra using that teleport. So it was a sadly played game no from Celestial in terms of their team comp. And NAGA were able to scale all the way into late game. Hopefully, mas pakita tayo ng decisive play from Celestial in this game. Kasi yun yung importante. With a comp like that, you need to be aggressive, decisive, and you really need to be proactive no, sa composition na ganun.
What is that hover?
Over Echo and Kha'Zix.
Echo and Kha'Zix.
Actually, si Echo na buff, pati
nga.
si Kha'Zix.
So,
actually, Kha'Zix was buffed 2 patches in a row na. Tapos si Echo was buffed this patch with his Q, binaba yung cooldown niya. Pero we won't be seeing this game. First, let's take a look at the bans. So Malphite, Quinn, Gragas, Nocturne, Braum, Kog'Maw. So from Celestial, Malphite is an interesting ban, although Suzaku kasi marami na siyang beses nag-Malphite, so obviously it's a predicted ban.
Yes.
Quinn as well, important ban niya kasi pwede siyang laro in either mid, top, or bot, and all of the mid, top, and bot lanes of NAGA are all mechanically gifted, so it would be best to keep that pick away also. Gragas, maybe because of game 1.
Di talaga siya nilalaro ni
And
Hex.
Akarin is obviously very comfortable now on the champion, so it's a predicted ban. Nocturne, Braum, Kog'Maw, I think these are almost exactly the same as the previous game, except may natanggal na isa, and then they put in Kog'Maw for the ban. So obviously, hindi natin nakita na ilalabas bigla ng NAGA yung Kog'Maw, and usually it's better to ban a champion you don't know how to play against than any other kind of champion.
Yeah, actually, pwedeng gayahin ng pwedeng gayahin ng Celestial Esports lang.
Yun lang, but the problem is, pero the problem is, does Marky know how to Kog'Maw? And does CE know how to play around the Kog'Maw? Kasi yun yung importante. So I guess Celestial would rather, NAGA would ban the Kog'Maw and then use a different composition. Kasi yun nga, there's a chance that CE might pull the same trigger against them. So
how strong is that composition yung pinull off kanina ng NAGA Esports? It's quite interesting.
It's actually really interesting.
Yung NAGA dito ng Celestial Esports is, of course, there's the Lulu. And it's very interesting what NAGA is now pulling off. There's the Nidalee and this KTP.
Yeah, actually, yung Lulu first lock-in, obviously that's understandable kasi pwede siyang i-flex. Nidalee, from certain VOD reviews that I've been watching, Nidalee is usually not ideally first pick or second pick kasi nire-reveal mo agad yung strategy nyo na you plan to have a bit of a passive first 6 levels and then you plan to rotate all the way sa mid-game.
Yeah, meron kang early game presence din. Pagdating din sa early game.
Yeah, pero yung problema nga doon, usually in the pick and ban phase, dine-delay nyo yung strategy nyo. So to reveal Nidalee this early in the draft usually would be bashed by analysts because it reveals a lot about your team comp. So the X is Morgana and Janna. I don't know kung bakit nila kinuha yung bot lane first also.
NAGA is still lacking damage.
Yeah, actually revealing Jinx early can also be a bit scary in the draft.
Pero it's kind of expected na. When you're picking Lulu, you're banking on a hyper carry, AD carry na.
Well,
ADC.
I think, that's all. Medyo safe naman i-assume yun. I guess, pero wow. Hex on Kindred. So this will be interesting. Kindred, kahit na nerf siya, his Kindred's early game was a bit nerf kasi yung Q niya na nerf din, pati yung E, the base damage was lowered. So even with those nerfs, Kindred is obviously a late game monster, which yun naman yung intention talaga ng Riot. So it'll be interesting to see Hex play this champion considering na among the members, I think he's the highest ranked on Challenger at the moment. So, and nakita naman natin sa previous weeks na may carry potential talaga si Hex on champions like Rengar, on champions like Nocturne, kung kaya na-ban nga siya na NAGA. So to see him on Kindred, tignan natin kung kaya pa ng CE to play around sort of like an AD carry jungler.
Yeah, and NAGA.
Yeah. Pwede. And also their own siege.
Their own siege.
Kasi may disengage sila. They have disengage from Azir and from Janna plus yung long range din ni Caitlyn.
Ngayon kapos sa hard engage.
Yun.
Yun ang kapos ngayon sa...
Actually, yes. Pero, that's true.
Hindi mo naman kailangan kung naka-siege nga yung kabilang team. Because, of course, the one who will be pulling off the initiates, of course, it would be Nautilus on Deuces, diba? Ayan, Deuces on Nautilus. As it will be rendered useless kung hindi siya kung tatayo-tayo lang siya, right-click lang siya, maglalakad lang siya doon.
And Deuces has to really perform much better in this game. We saw in the game earlier, ang dami niyang mali. He used his ults on a lot of wrong targets, hindi siya nag-flank, although yung Celestial din kasi, hindi nagsiset ng wards para maka-flank siya. But at the same time, we could tell na medyo questionable talaga yung ibang decisions ng ni Deuces in the previous game. So hopefully, mas coordinated sila this game and hopefully uses his cooldowns on the correct targets this time. It's very clear kung sino niya gagamitin. Obviously, it's either Tycho or Luxuria, so they have to really be more coordinated in this game.
Yes.
So, taking a look at yung team compositions natin, malakas yung late game ng CE, obviously, kasi they have the Kindred, they have the Lulu to support the Kindred and the Jinx who are very, very painful during the late game.
Yeah.
Yung tanong, papaabutin ba ng NAGA hanggang sa late game? They do have a very strong early to mid game with yung si Nidalee and si Caitlyn.
Actually,
so those are very strong.
Kung dumating yung late game, parang may preparation naman, may kit naman yung NAGA. Mas may good scaling ang Celestial Esports comes the late game. Ang taas ng damage na nanggagaling. Kaso, yun nga, anti-siege kasi yung build dito ng NAGA. So, nag-aantay sila ng misplay dito. Actually, ang crucial dito para sa Celestial Esports would be yung Dark Binding ni Morgana. Kasi pag may nauling Dark Binding, sure kill talaga.
Tsaka yung setup for team fights din. Kasi sobrang lakas ng team fight ng Celestial. You have yung Lamb's Respite para maprotektahan yung same carry. You have the Wild Growth to reset a team fight. You have the Disengage. You have the Engage with Morgana and Nautilus. So, sobrang lakas ng 5v5 nila.
NAGA with this kind of composition is backing on the aggressiveness ng Celestial Esports. Probably even with Hex nga diba? With this kind of composition.
At saka yung sarili nilang potential to clear waves and set up tower dives and picks and then eventually get turrets. Kasi sobrang lakas nga ng siege nila They have a long-range AD carry and they have a lot of disengage. Lalo na si Poppy, of course, with her ult.
Also, may sustain pa nga
Yeah, also
may sustain pa nga
from si Nidalee.
If ever may todo. Actually, wala kang heavy poke dito para sa side ng Celestial Esports. Talagang ano lang talaga. Siege. Push talaga. It's very risky nga running this Jinx composition. Ay, Jinx,
for the early
Jinx
game.
ADC. Kasi compared to Kog'Maw kanina, di ba? Sobrang squishy nga ni Kog'Maw, pero yung firepower talaga naman, akabuang 4.4.
Oo nga.
Grabe.
Yeah, pero yun, looking at their conditions, basta C has to be very sure that si Hex and Marky are able to reach the late game. When they reach yung para mid to late game power spike nila, dapat mag-set up na sila for yung vision around objectives. Kasi nakita naman natin during early game, kaya nila yun They're able to set up for dragons and for turrets. Sana lang hindi siya mag-fall off towards yung late game. Kasi yun yung nakita natin. First 40 minutes, okay sila. After 40 minutes, parang hindi na sila sure kung saan sila pupunta. So, hopefully we see more decisive late game play na para sa Celestial. For the side of NAGA though, yung early to mid game, kailangan nila maging objective focused and aggressive. Kasi they have the Caitlyn to siege for the turrets. They have the Nidalee who's very mobile and who can set up a lot of picks and will really spike at mid game. So kailangan, they will really have to try and be dominant during the early to mid game. Meanwhile, Daigo, Azir naman siya So, halata, farm lang siya na farm. But then eventually, they start to set up first around turrets and then use their siege potential for the game.
Yan na nga. So, ayan. So, okay, you heard the breakdown mula sa ating analyst. Actually, if you would want to check out GS Amplifier's breakdown of the recently concluded Imperium Pro Team
versus Imperium Pro Team Blue.
Yes, so yan. Match na nangyari ng ating Week 11. Do check that one out on the Facebook fan page of the Pro Gaming Series. Again, guys, what you are watching is the match. Okay, is the second set of game between the series of Celestial Esports versus NAGA Esports. You have to take note that NAGA Esports took a very nice victory against Celestial Esports. That is
sobrang
a really
intense
game.
talaga nun. Up until 49 minutes, hindi natin alam kung sino ba yung mananalo. Although in a way, you could kind of tell nga. Kasi yung composition ng NAGA, built for late game. Pero still, it was such an intense game. Yung NAGA nagkamali, tapos biglang yung CE nagkamali. It's such a roller coaster ride.
Flashing Luxuria, mga kaibigan! esports.garena.ph/stream. Okay, sama-sama nyo tayo dito. Why not do us a favor? Do share the stream link and invite your friends in. Pag may katabi ka sa internet shop, tapikin mo kung walang ginagawa. Kung anong pinapanood niyan, dito na lang kayo manood sa Pro Gaming Series.
Oo nga. Tapos ang dami niya pang pwedeng matutunan from the games. Especially yung set na to. CE NAGA was a game we were really looking forward to. Kasi obviously, gaya na sinabi namin kanina, NAGA, relatively new. They were here last split but didn't perform this well. Tapos biglang this split, they got the coach and then they got really good players on paper and grabe, their team composition just really skyrocketed from there and really performed well. CE, this is their first time in the PGS and they're getting a spot in playoffs if they do really well. So, grabe, just full of surprises from these
Oo,
teams.
bukod sa matututunan, why not make friends dyan sa ating YouTube chat? Kasama nyo
Yes.
dyan si Banana Kate, kasama nyo dyan si Neme, at kasama nyo dyan si Rico, Inmenazoray, Mafre, even Garena, Nicole. Sama-sama tayo dito sa Pro Gaming Series 2016 in the Spring Split. Now on its Week 12, ladies and gentlemen, it is Celestial Esports versus NAGA Esports. We are now on to Game 2. On the blue side, you have Celestial Esports. In the top lane, it will be Deuces on the Nautilus jungle. You have Hex on that Kindred. In the mid lane, it will be Fate. No, it will be Morgana because securing or putting on that Dark Binding on the Luxuria. Control E, 90 caliber net out. Okay.
Oo nga,
And managed to
double
escape.
flash. What an aggressive Celestial.
Oh,
grabe.
diba?
We can tell they really want to win this
Oo,
game.
yun yung aggression ngayon ng Celestial Esports. Kapag yan nag-manifest comes the late game, laking problema kasi may counterplay nga yung NAGA Esports. And again, continuing with the rundown, in the mid lane, we fade on that Lulu. In the bottom duo, it is Marky on the Jinx AD carry. And Mikos, again, tumama yung kanyang Dark Binding kanina on that Morgana support.
Oh, there's a stun.
Nako, bakbakan tayo dito. Walang intro. Lahat ng CC tumatama, mga kaibigan. One soldier from Azir and everyone will walk away. You have to take out the flash count. It's Akane burning that one flash.
Yeah, so 2 for 1 no, sa flash. Grabe,
Yes.
1 minute pa lang summoner spells trading na tayo. Pero,
Galit.
oh, we can tell, beast mode na talaga itong mga teams na to. But yeah, that was a loss for CE because they weren't able to get much. Actually, yung NAGA was able to check for a lane swap.
Oo nga.
So we
Yeah.
know that it won't be... Actually, yeah, they know it won't be happening.
Alright.
So they're going to the bot lane. NAGA on the red side. That's going to be Suzaku with Poppy in the top lane. Akarane with Nidalee in the jungle. Daigo with Azir in the mid lane. And the bot lane is Badger and Luxuria with the Caitlyn and Janna.
Wow. Grabe. yung rotation kanina, iba-iba nga lang target ng CC, no?
Oo
Hindi
nga
chini-chain
eh.
yung CC. Ito is interesting though.
That was the sad part. I think if they changed the CC properly, Akarane could have died. And actually, sobrang laking advantage na to set the jungler back against
Oo.
Kindred. Kasi
Yeah.
any edge that Kindred can get in the early game is so
And
beneficial.
this is a Nidalee. Ma-disable mo in the early game yan. Laking punish din yun para sa kanya.
that's true. Especially since kailangan niya maging relevant sa mid-game. After
Yeah.
mid-game, Nidalee will be almost useless sa mga team fights. Na. So, they really have to make sure that Nidalee and Caitlyn get going dito pa lang sa stage ng game na to.
Yes, of course, we are seeing Suzaku having a hard time there in the top lane against Nautilus. Actually, yung breakdown nga kay Poppy dati, no, bago siya naging popular pick. Sabi daw, ang dami niyang losing matchup pagdating sa top lane.
Although eventually nakita din natin kasi the shield utility from the passive plus yung damage ng Q niya sobrang lakas. That's
Tsaka yung
why
scaling.
she got nerfed.
Oo.
Yeah, her Q damage went down, her E cooldown went up. So, yeah, she's not as strong as before.
Nagulat dun si Marky, nag-connect pala yung kanyang flame jumpers.
Oo nga eh.
Onto Luxuria, akala niya nasa harapan lamang. But again, the targeting mga pre, ignite onto Badger. It's quite questionable mga pre. And the Rockets mula kay Marky is just sitting in dito sa support ng NAGA Esports.
NAGA, hindi nila pwedeng i-underestimate yung CC and lockdown potential ng
Oo.
bot lane dito. What's a Dark Binding Lance plus Flame Chompers? Man, they're lucky they actually survived kasi hindi pa masyado malakas yung burst ni Marky, but they have to be careful of that.
Wow!
Let's
Mikos.
count them. Bilangin natin.
3-0. Oh, flash in mula dito kay Badger. Now, it is Akane jumping onto Marky. The Peacemaker didn't connect. No, it will be a normal hit. One Dark Binding onto Akane. Another zap. Nidalee yung double back mo. Takbo. And here comes Hex. Trangela onto Akane. It will be the first blood as Hex gets the quadruple buff. And now, all in onto this double. No, bottom duo dito ng NAGA Esports. But they will fall back. One turret safety away mula dito sa tatlong members ng Celestial Esports. What is that engage?
Did my eyes deceive me or nag-flash si Luxuria onto the Chompers? Because her flash is on cooldown.
Wow.
Can we check on a replay kung nag-flash ba si... That was a huge
Misplay, no?
mistake. Yeah, pero...
Well,
they just gave-
flashing Luxuria eh.
Oo. Pero they just gave Hex first blood.
Yes, man.
So that could be a possible... Yeah, that could be hope for the late game of Celestial here.
Yeah, pagdating sa scaling, again, it's leaning onto Celestial Esports. So every early game edge, kailangan makuha mo, di ba? If you're on the side of NAGA Esports.
Yeah, they really have to be... Well, they shouldn't be too aggressive.
Wow,
Or else
and
they'll keep making mistakes.
Even Mikos kanina talaga hindi tumitigil sa kanyang mga Dark Binding. And now Akane jumping onto Fade. Without any CC, it will be Akane heading that slay onto Fade.
Yep, Fade just a bit too overextended na walang vision dun. So, that was pretty easy. A pick from NAGA. Ito Itong si Suzaku, kailangan maghintay pa siya ng konti kasi it'll take a while before Deuce's cooldowns start to not hurt. Medyo masakit din yung base damage ng cooldowns ni Nautilus during the early game. But you can see they're pretty even in CS. Yung only worry is at this bot lane. Medyo, yung Naga's bot lane is a bit too over-aggressive and they're not taking into account yung CC lockdown talaga potential ng bot lane dito from Celestial.
So, ang taas ng damage na nagkagaling kay Deuce. It is very clear that Suzaku is losing this trade. He's below 200 health, but of course, there is that Papi passive that's sustaining her.
Yeah.
Yan no, ang passive ni Papi retain pa rin yung mitigated damage pag lower yung health niya. May
I'm not
bonus
sure.
magic damage na dun sa buckler niya kasi nagkaroon nga siya ng range hit after the rework. Ang ganda kasi nung niya, passive dati, 'di ba? Mas lower yung health niya,
Mas maganda yung
nangangalahati yung damage na nare-receive niya. Actually, parang kang may libreng Alistar ult. Ganon.
Parang ganon nga.
Okay, so 1-1 ladies and gentlemen, 6 minutes into the game. Sobra, kanina gitgitan talaga, ramdam ko yung gigil mula sa Celestial Esports. Mikos, with the Dark Binding.
Oo nga eh. Tsaka parang nag-switch places dito yung CE tsaka NAGA eh. During the first game, yung CE, sila yung may gusto ng early game power and aggression. This game, yung CE naman, wala silang pake kahit mag-late game to. Yung NAGA naman ngayon, yung kailangan maging decisive in the early game. So tingnan na natin kung kaya ba ng NAGA
yung Dark Binding nga ni Mikos kanina, yung napawaw tayo parehas. Blind Dark Binding kasi wall yun, pinadaan niya dun sa makapal na pader. They've connected on to Badger, my friend. Okay, so still though, we're not seeing again enemies blaze na mula kay Daigo. It's expected from Azir.
Yes, they're just actually yung mid lane na to, Fade should be the one with the slight upper hand kasi yung poke. But other than that, it's gonna be completely a farm lane lang. Yung actually both top lane and bot lane, top lane and mid lane. Yung action pala, yan, puro sa bot lane.
Yes, and most of the rotations are coming in mula kay Akari, actually.
Yes.
As a side ng NAGA Esports dito.
Which they really need to do. Akari really needs to put pressure para hindi even yung lanes in favor of CE. Keep in mind na for every second that passes, CE is slowly winning the game kasi they favor yung late game.
Yes.
So NAGA has to be able to secure a lead at some point in this game.
This is a game for the jugglers actually.
Oo, actually.
Yeah, dito sa phase ng game na to, considered a signal. Somebody's pinging to go for Dragon Buff. Probably may signal na merong pink ward nun, no? Mula sa side ng NAGA Esports.
Yeah.
And ito, Suzaku kanina pa ito nakikitrade pero is probably just gauging the firepower na meron dito kay Deuces. May sustain naman para kay Suzaku eh.
Parang calculated talaga ni Suzaku kung hanggang saan talaga siya pwede mag-trade against this Nautilus. So, no surprise from one of the top in the challenger ladder.
Yes, man.
Si Suzaku talaga.
Di na umalis yan sa top 5 ng challenger ladder na. They're top 1, 2, 3 yan. So, again, the game is taken a steady pace sa larong to. Even Hex, a very aggressive jungler. Wala ko nakikitang aggression mula sa kanya.
Yeah. Understandable talaga yun sa composition nila eh. They can't afford to give any early leads to NAGA kasi the moment na magkamali ng konti yung CE, as long as they give NAGA an edge, NAGA will eat that edge up and explode in mid-game. So they can't give the NAGA the luxury of a lead kasi yun yung kailangan nila eh para manalo sa game.
Yes,
So CE only needs to be safe during this part of the game.
It's interesting, pinull off na skin dito na ni Mikos at ni Luxuria. Yung latest skin, Serpent and the Wolf.
My
and the Dark
gosh.
Binding that keeps on connecting.
Because your binding game is on point today.
Oh, man. Lahat tumatama. Napakagandang Dark Binding with that Wolf.
Oo nga, they have
Wolf
full bot
tip
lane
skin.
control. So they're pushing up the wave. They have a pink ward there and there's really good vision. Di makapush forward yung NAGA eh. Kasi even though they have a slightly stronger, actually even though they have a stronger bot lane AD carry, though with Caitlyn, lagi sila nahuhuli na CC eh.
Yes, that is
ng
true.
Celestial. So yung mindset nila medyo nag-iba na, naging defensive sila.
Oo.
Which is actually not supposed to be.
Oh, pre, isang Dark Binding ka lang.
Oo nga eh.
Ingat-ingat ka.
I think the only time na makakita tayo ng action from this bot lane for NAGA would be kapag nag-TP play na. But other than that, it seems like NAGA is just being pushed back to hug their turret.
So, let's guess, kailan yung next set of rotation, no? Para sa mga players natin. Right now, bottom lane is pushing in favor of Celestial Esports, pero not really touching
The turret.
the turret. And even in the top lane, no?
Yeah,
And
actually, oo eh.
Actually,
Lahat ng-
mid lane, conservative din.
Oo, kasi right now talaga farming phase pa na eh. I mean, even if I said that Naga was going to spike earlier, it doesn't mean na magkakaroon ng action
Oo.
immediately. Obviously, si Caitlyn and Nidalee will still have to wait para sa mga siguro first item nila, second item,
So,
before we see extreme action talaga. So I would guess around probably 13 to 15 minutes, that's when we'll really see something. But for now, na everyone just needs to reach their power spikes.
I mean, aral-aral muna.
Oo.
Bago ligaw. Tagal talaga ang pacing ng game na to. As you can see, ang mga may potential lang for any engagement. This one would be if Hex, di ba?
Oo.
Mahuli siya na kumukuha ng kanyang objective onto the side dito ng NAGA Esports. Nikos has the potential for a roam, di ba?
Pwede.
Oo.
Yeah. And there's the red buffs. Nakita natin. Kindred will not be counter-jungling kasi obviously Nidalee yung kalaban niya to be a bit risky if you go up against a Nidalee. And kaya nakita natin nag-tracker snipe siya. So that, and a lot of pink wards as well na from Naga. We're seeing a lot of emphasis na on vision kasi alam nila na
Yeah, Kindred.
will be hunting for her passive stack. So, oh, nice hook.
Yes. Well, these two targets are too tanky na rin. Okay, but you would see Deuces winning the trade because of the completed Sunfire Cape. Isa sa mga pinakamatandang item sa League of Legends. Kasi tanda ng mga boots natin. Yan. Guys, 11 minutes into the game. What you are watching is the match between Celestial Esports versus NAGA Esports where both teams has decided that they will farm. Buong laro.
Oo. Which is understandable.
Or they decided
You have to
na
learn to
wag tayo mauna.
Oh, kasi in the end, even kahit sabihin natin na halimbawa walang action sa game, it doesn't mean that it's not intense. Kasi the point right now is that they're playing the way they should on their team compositions. We're expecting them to reach power spikes before, you know, certain action in the game.
Sino nga ba naman ang may aggression din? Ang tanging may aggression lang dito pagdating sa champion niya is si Akarin on that Nidalee.
Yes.
Actually, if things are going passive, then go for the counterplay for passive plays. That is be aggressive, di ba?
Yeah. Pero let's
Pero
see. I
yun
mean,
nga lang.
Naga kasi, if they choose to be aggressive too early, baka magbigay lang sila ng lead to Celestial eh. So they also have to be smart about when they decide to go for aggression.
And actually,
Free first dragon though.
Free first
for
dragon.
For Kindred.
si Preston will set up. Oh, wow! It will be Daigo forcing the play, the first play of this game. At teleport na magagaling mula dito kay Nautilus and Dalbram, Naga Akarin, and Daigo to fall back. Fade still goes in with the Wild Growth and Hex joins the fight, mga kaibigan. Wolf against the Cougar and still camera hovers over the top lane and nobody goes all in the mid lane.
Good news for Naga though. Fade loses flash and then there's no TP from Deuces.
Yeah.
So that's information for Naga. Pwede sila mag-set up ng bot lane play so they can finally take some form of domination dito sa bot lane natin. And then they can start to get a lead.
But Daigo has no flash.
Yeah, yun lang.
No.
Pero that's a trade the flash at mid lane.
Oo.
So they both don't have flash, but that's a TP advantage for Suzaku. So they can choose to set up a bot lane play here on this ward. Oh, but there's a pink ward actually to set up. So good job from Celestial to keep their side pushes safe.
Yeah.
And there's a gank.
Akarin joining the fight. It will be the ult going down onto that Nidalee. Everyone advance on team. Hindi nila pa uuwin si Deuces. At nag-flash siya doon. I don't think that flash is necessary. And Akarin, what a successful gank. That's 2-1 onto our scoreboard.
Alright, now we're seeing the action. Gaya
Yes.
sinabi ko, at the moment Hackerain hits his Runic Echoes, his first item, core item, then he will be on the road to
Hey, kami naman! But because does he know that it can get easily countered by the Moon Zone?
Oh,
There's a
there's
teleport
TP.
na magagaling mula kay Poppy. The teleport advantage, the TP advantage! That's the heroic charge onto Marky. He gets the free. Suzaku is just tanky. And Badger flashes in for the Howling Gale. Still, they cannot close the gap as Marky gets the turret safety. One sidestep for that Super Mega Net Rocket. And everyone will just fall back. Still, though, the mid lane and the jungler will join the fray. Hex onto Daigo. Daigo has no flash. He uses all skills to pull back from this team fight and Hex on the advance. Start fighting, mga kaibigan, from Mikos. Kailan kaya magmimiss yan? And it is a 1-0 for that skirmish. All in favor of Celestial Esports.
So looking back at the bot lane clash with the TP of Suzaku, I would have flash stunned. Using the flash and then Eing her to the wall para ma-secure yung kill. Pero he saved it. I'm not so sure why that was already their chance to get a kill onto Marky to shut him down.
Pero
they didn't take it. Yeah, that's what I would have done, but he didn't do it. And then they lose the... Wow.
Oh, wow. Mikos.
Okay.
Dark Binding. It's just so crazy. Hindi ko na napapilang
Oo
ilang
nga
dark binding yung tumatama ngayon.
Hindi na natin kailangan bilangin. We have faith in you, Mikos, na lahat ng dark binding mo malalanding mo.
And that is wall ha. Wall dark binding. Yan yung
Oo nga eh.
nakatambay ka lang sa pader, biglang merong kakapit sa yung CC.
Ay. Pero sa 2,000 gold lead, no, already in favor of Celestial, considering na sila dapat yung at a loss at this point in the game with the Nidalee and with the Caitlyn in this game. The bot lane play talaga of Mikos and Marquee, I really think na-catch off guard itong Naga. They were not expecting this kind of accuracy.
Yeah, it's just how mess out the heroic charge. Kailangan talaga flash. Nag-heroic charge yun, nilayo niya lang si Marky.
Nilayo niya. That was the awkward part of the clash.
Ayan, so 3-2 ladies and gentlemen, as you can see in the gold deficit, that's 3K lead. I don't make that 2K lead in favor of Celestial Esports with 1 Dragon and 1 Tart in their packet. They are now looking good as we are about to end the early game.
Yeah, so no Rift Heralds taken yet. Although understandable naman kasi if anything, Celestial dapat yung mag-take net kasi they have a bit of top lane advantage. Napupush out kasi lagi si Suzaku sa lane niya.
Whoa! Wow! Akarin with those spears.
Oo nga eh. Nakipaglaban siya kay Mikos kung sino mas magaling na mag-skill shot.
Oo nga. This is the story of skill shots mga kaibigan.
Nga eh.
Pero again sabi ko nga kanina dun sa trapping phase natin, may counterplay mechanic ang NAGA Esports against the siege composition ng Celestial Esports. Pero it will all boil down onto dark binding mula kay Mikos. Kapag may nahuli dito, dark binding ni Mikos pag 5v5 siege na, sure deads. Para sa side ng NAGA Esports.
Yes, exactly. So, tignan natin. Oh my gosh!
Dark binding, Fiesta. And this time Mikos knows better. Black Shield para hindi ma-counter yung kanyang Soul Shackles from that Monsoon mula kay Badger. Now, Badger knows that's na hindi na ganun kadali bitawan ng Monsoon.
Whoops.
Okay, so everyone takes their own fight now in their own lane as the top laners goes for the trade. Mikos trying to reach out the jungler and the ADC ng NAGA Esports dito.
Yeah, man, Naga needs to act quickly. No, at this stage in the game, they have to make a play sooner or later. Kasi really, nakikita natin, Hex is freely trading at hindi siya natatakot na makipag-trade sa ibang lanes. Marky and Mikos just keep going as a duo and dominating the spot lane. If Naga doesn't make a play soon, Marky and Hex will continue to scale into late game until eventually wala na makakapatay sa kanila. So seriously, Naga needs to make something happen.
Yeah, man. Alam mo, it's one of the best feelings kapag you're on your main champ, then you're on a roll. Parang awakened mode ka. I think that's what's happening to Mikos now.
Oo nga eh. Lahat ng binding nila-landing.
Hindi lang basta naglaland yun. Calculated like yung latest binding niya, pinadaan niya sa gitna ng minion. Yung ibang binding niya, pinapadaan niya sa pader. Wow!
Top of the line play.
Yes, man. 4-3, ladies and gentlemen, and that is a 3K gold lead, all in favor again of Celestial Esports. 5 seconds bago lumabas itong ating Dragon. And Hex is also looking good as he holds onto that, RFC. Okay?
Yeah.
That's a skirmish, no? What's your insight on this RFC first build?
I'm not... Well, he got the BF sword before yung RFC. If it was a pure RFC build, I wouldn't have suggested it kasi magkukunan siya sa attack speed.
I mean, hindi kay Jinx, kay Hex.
Well, that's not a surprise that much. I usually see Kindreds go for RFC, except I don't know if you get it as a first rotation immediately after Warriors.
Yun nga eh.
Yung iba, Warriors, sometimes they get Hex Drinker.
Yeah.
Especially against, halimbawa, CS here in Italy where you would need it. So, not so sure.
Alright, so you can see on that one. Wow, NAGA Esports yung nauna para dito sa Dragon Rotom. This is the first Dragon buff, not sizable considering the itemization that they have right now.
For NAGA, that was their first Dragon. Since hindi nakapag-set yung Celestial na maayos after taking down that bot lane turret. So, that will be a trade top lane for Dragon. At sa mga hindi nakakaalam dahil sa 6.3 patch na tayo, iniba na yung buffs ng Dragon. That's specifically yung second and yung fourth buff. The second Dragon, the buff is now yung basic attacks mo, nagpa-burn siya ng turrets.
Okay,
Tapos
so
yung fourth Dragon, you take 20% less damage from turrets naman. So it supports sieging, basically.
Pero first is attack. Ano pa rin, ang stats buff pa rin. And third is movement speed.
Yeah, same.
And fifth is the ×3.
Yes, exactly. So, if anything, yung NAGA talaga yung may kailangan ng Dragon buffs nito. Because the burn from the second Dragon buff plus yung preventing turret damage both will help in sieging, and Naga really wants to siege in this game with the Caitlyn. So that will really help them to take down turrets early before the game, takes too long to end.
Considering Kindred, I think it'd be amazing for Kindred to have a project skin.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, imagine mo
Actually,
kung may-
kakasabi lang yun ni Asaray kagabi. Gusto
Oo.
niyang magkaroon ng parang project or mech skin si
Oh, kung may lumulutang-lutang na sa ulo niya, di ba?
Oo.
Ay, may yung si Wolf, di ba? Whoop. I think it's pretty awesome for Wolf
We're
to
seeing
go
a
on project
4-man
mode.
rotation.
Oh, to be tumikit ha, yung heroic charge. But the spear connected and Akarin dives in with a peacemaker from Luxuria securing the kill.
Yeah, they had no idea that rotation was gonna happen, and it was already perfectly set up by Naga. So it was a very easy take. This would be, I think, after Dragon, they just went up all the way straight to top lane to take the objective. Kaya na sinabi ko, they had to make something happen.
Pero mabilis ang push ni Marky dito. So I could see that Suzaku now rotating for the bottom lane, and members of Celestial Esports will collapse onto this top lane. They have the number advantage. They have to go for this one. Still, Daigo joins the fray, and Luxuria caught in a bad position. No, Mikos going so low, and that is the soldiers reaching through Mikos. Now, only 2 members are remaining para sa side dito ng Celestial Esports. There's a jump mula kay Akaray. He bounce back with the Wild Growth, and labs on his fight mula dito kay Hex. He jumps out, flash out, and Suzaku! Out of nowhere, it's John Cena joining the fight. 3 members are down. Make that 4 as Daigo secures the double kill against Deuces.
And that's a straight up Baron, just like that. Exactly what I
just
said.
like that.
Sometimes, Naga will just suddenly come up with some kind of a macro play rotation, kaya na nakita natin. They set up the top lane immediately after Dragon. They rotate. They had wards for the flank with Poppy straight into a Baron buff.
Oh, na-miss out ko yung teleport ni Suzaku, man.
Yeah, so
wow.
Let's take a look at his flash. See Marky, he was pushed away from the bot lane because Poppy was already pushing him out. At this stage, wala masyadong magandang engage yung Celestial to take this fight, so they were already on the back foot.
Wala
Sobrang
si Nautilus.
overextended sila at this point. And Nautilus could never land a proper engage because of the ult from Daigo. Immediately after, Poppy is already here. All the vision is already at top lane. Such an easy setup clash. Almost textbook coming in from Naga in this clash.
Suzaku out of nowhere.
Oo, talagang John Cena.
May dala-dalang steel chair. Grabe. Woo. Parang ilang segundo lang nakita ko siya hinahabol si Marquis sa bottom lane.
Biglang out of nowhere, boom! Hello!
Dating sa top lane, mga kaibigan. Just
Hello,
like
it's
that.
me. Just
As
like Adele.
GS Amplifier says, 4-8. 4-kill lead. And actually, the gold mark is now even. Pagdating dito sa dalawang teams na to, it's clearly looking in favor of NAGA Esports.
Yes.
With a Baron buff in their pocket.
Yes, plus 2 item power spike already for Caitlyn, so sobrang sakit na niyan.
Yes,
With
and-
Infinity Edge and the RFC, they will definitely get this bot lane turret.
At kahit
They have to
papaatras pa to si
engage.
Mikos, tumatama pa rin yung Dark Binding
Oo
niya.
nga eh. Grabe.
Ewan ko na lang.
Fade away shot.
Grabe.
So let's
Of course,
see.
an easy outer target for NAGA Esports.
Yep, plus a lot of vision already for the bot lane since they're already setting up wards, so this will be an easy bot lane turret. Tignan na natin kung if they can get the inner bot lane turret.
Walang flash though si Daigo. No?
Yeah.
So, he only has that barrier. Still have to respect that one, especially a lot of assets is gone.
So
for
double
Celestial
disengage
Esports.
from the ults of Daigo and Badger. So may dalawang form of disengage sila. They don't have deep vision though. So they have to play a bit safe here.
To take no, Akarin talaga. Man, 6 assists and
Oh.
that is the first Dark Binding
Binding na nakita natin
na
nag-miss.
nag-miss. Wala kay Mikos.
Noob Mikos, report Mikos,
Oo nga,
unskilled
wala
player.
to, wala
Oo.
na to. Wala
GG na.
patutunguhan.
Wala na. Isang nyo na yung support niya, grabe. Hindi, joke lang. Pero yun.
Naalala ko, parang may nagko-compare tayo ng skill natin sa mga pro players.
Pero isipin nyo even the best players fail sometimes.
Oh, man.
Kung nakita nyo sa Worlds, I think Faker, nauntog din siya gamit yung flash niya.
Heavy, heavy
if you can
fails.
see Faker na nauntog siya gamit yung flash niya,
Ay, naku,
anything is possible.
Oh, man. Iba yun. Para nakita ng shooting star nun.
Oo nga, oo.
4-8, ladies and gentlemen, if you could look into the itemization. This is Zonya's Arglass now for Daigo. Actually, pwede ring looted sa Echo pala. Yan.
Ay, oo, pwede.
Pero,
No,
if you would want for a
It
more
wouldn't be a
aggressive
looted
plays,
Echo
oo,
on
then
Azir.
Zonya's Arglass na lang, di ba?
Yeah.
especially with Hex, especially with Kindred, especially with Jinx, di ba?
Dragon
Yun ang
is
setup
already
yung
up,
zone niya.
and Naga, obviously. So they were able to set up yung top wave sa favor nila. Walang TP yung parang yung top laners though, so this might be an easy top lane dragon
Nice item
for
position.
Naga, which would be the second dragon, which means that we'll have burn damage onto towers already.
Yes.
So Caitlyn will siege really, really hard if they're able to get it, which they do.
Okay, ayan.
So nakita natin, no, after the top lane play na ginawa ng Naga, medyo humina yung objective control ng CE kasi hindi nila ma-manage yung waves nila, so they're not able to contest the objectives so far.
It's just an easy dragon for Naga Esports. The dragon singing hello from the other side.
Yes, exactly. At saka, expected ito kasi at this point in the game, around 20 minutes, doon talaga magsaspike yung composition ng Naga. Of course, other than Daigo, doon talaga sila magsaspike. So,
Lockdown, buti na lang. May lip palayo. Mula doon sa Flame Jumpers dito. Di Marky, mas nagmimiss pa yung Flame Jumpers. Kaysa doon sa Dark Binding dito ni Mikos. Still, the Baron buff is now gone para sa side dito ng Naga Esports.
okay.
Though, Daigo in the mid lane. Wow,
Yeah,
sure
freeze.
tore to para sa Naga Esports.
Yeah, so nakita natin medyo naguguluhan na yung CE.
Oo, man.
The wave clear obviously sa bot lane, sobrang overwhelming niya eh. Kasi,
Wow! Nagkaroon ng ult dito si Caitlyn. Ang pinadala si Akarain on that needly. And everyone goes for the engage as a 3 versus 2 breaks out in the bottom lane. In the top lane, parehas nagpapaluan ng angkla at ng maso dito si Suzaku at si Deuces. But it will be Daigo joining the fight. Order is cheek and the ult gets laid down onto Daigo. Wala ka pang Zonia's Argless. A shutdown onto Daigo. And now onto Suzaku. Does he have the tankiness to fight that one? Super Mega that Rocket force a flash out and an execute actually from Badger onto Marky. Suzaku, 2 versus 1. What is this story? Fate flashes in. Hindi sumunod si Deuces. Fate will go down.
1 for 1 so far top lane.
Crazy Badgers. Hindi ko na alam kung ginigage nila to ng mabuti.
Okay, the tower is gonna go down though!
Oh, wow! The flash onto that Lamb's Respite. The clutch plays from Hex, and Hex cleaned that up. That's a shutdown onto Akarain with Marky executing Luxuria.
Such an aggressive play from Naga. Over-aggressive. You do not take the turret and tower dive a Kindred so near the base. Sobrang, wala. Masyado thirsty sila.
Yes, man. Like, fall back, make that counter play. You are diving in against Kindred. Kindred pre! As in, imagine mo na yan, ang hirap patayin yan. You could assume mahirap patayin ng Kindred.
Especially with the ult, you cannot kill her. So you were outnumbered. Naga should have just backed out after that turret. Pero in any case, Baron is coming up in 1 minute and they have around a 1,000 gold
Ayun
lead.
pala, Kindred completed the Sterax pa.
Yeah, yun pa. Diba? So, after the Maw, almost unkillable na to si Kindred. Baron's coming up in 50 seconds and at 28 minutes, it's around the 1,000 gold lead. Pero 5 turrets ahead yung Naga.
Alam mo sino pang almost unkillable?
Sino?
Si Suzaku.
Oo, grabe.
2v1.
2v1, panalo pa rin.
Ang tagal. Nag-flash in si Fate. Hala, nasaan yung Nautilus ko?
Oo, di ba?
Nawala, hindi nag-follow up.
Siyempre, kapag yung tatlong yan magti-trade, wala naman talaga mamamatay dapat eh.
Oo.
Nautilus versus Poppy, di ba?
Yeah.
The ambassador never dies.
Kung yung paluan ni Nautilus at ni Papi ganun yung love life mo, di ba? Ang saya mo. Tagal nun. 70 ka na, mahal ka pa rin yan.
Oo, di ba?
Ethan, ladies and gentlemen, and as you can see, 1K gold lead. And again, we are back in game 1. This is a close fight now, where anything goes.
Oo nga, so they're trying to siege the mid turret. Top lane is pushing in their favor.
Is that the best target? Dark Binding onto Suzaku with that Merc Threads. Come on.
Oh, kasi alam ni Suzaku
Grabe, tingnan mo, Dark Binding ulit kay Badger.
the accuracy is real. Top lane is pushing, so they have to be a bit careful. In terms of vision, medyo even naman yung vision nila on that mid lane. Naga's already trying to set up, and they have Scuttle on their advantage. So we'll see ano bang kayang gawin. In terms of tower dive potential, malakas yung tower dive potential na CE.
Yeah, may pushing power ang Naga Esports with that dragon buff, second dragon buff.
Yeah.
The problem is hindi ganun yung composition nila. Yeah, may some sort of siege, Pero napaka-tricky nun eh. Mas may pushing power pa. Mas magbe-benefit pa sa second Dragon buff ang Celestial Esports. So,
yeah, kasi mas malakas yung wave clear nila eh. When you look at Naga's wave clear, it takes kind of a long time bago nila mag-clear yung wave. So it's a bit hard to siege. Although nakita natin, yung side wave management nila actually is nice eh. They're able to set up for objectives properly. Yun lang, kailangan nila ng help ng either Baron or yung Dragon buff so that they can really push in.
Because, okay, so there's a trade up here over the bottom lane. Pag ganyan, sobrang haba ng love story na yan. As you can see, sa face ng game na to, it's leaning onto Naga. The thing is, sila yung may lead. Pero pagdating sa composition, yung composition nila built against the aggression na meron ng Celestial Esports. Ang tanong, wala namang lead yung Celestial Esports. So, hindi magiging ganun ka-aggressive yung Celestial Esports ngayon. So, that's why I'm saying na parang anything goes ngayon sa face ng game na to. Kasi hindi magtotodo engage ang Celestial Esports. Magiging mas maingat sila. So, in that way, hindi ganun ka-effective ngayon yung composition ng NAGA Esports. Kasi kung maging aggressive yung NAGA Esports, nako, hirap ng pantakas nila. Yes, there's the feel from Badger, pero gahol-gahol pa rin yan, especially with the Lulu, especially with Hex, di ba? Like, if you go aggressive, si Hex pa yung may pang-counterplay sa'yo. Siya lang alone.
Actually, when you look kasi at the composition of Naga, ang lakas ng siege potential nila. But this is the part where medyo nang hinayang ko sa Nidalee pick.
Oo, yun na nga.
Yun na,
diba?
Nidalee, wala siyang masyadong na-offer sa team composition na to.
Nautilus na lang yung harang dun sa ano niya, spears niya.
So, and again, remember that they took this Nidalee first 2 picks. While Nidalee, kasi, yung malaking advantage niya is that she's able to really provide a lot of pressure in lane. She's able to be very mobile para paglanding siya ng wards. Tsaka ang sakit niya sa mid-game. Pero in terms of yung team composition ng Naga, Nidalee doesn't fit that well. Kasi they need either someone to frontline feel for yung Azir tsaka si Janna, but they don't have that. Si Poppy lang actually yung makakagawa nun. So maybe, tignan natin, no? Baka maging enough na yung feel ni Poppy to help them siege turrets. Pero as of now, medyo nahihirapan pa rin sila.
Enter the late game. May advantage nga pala talaga yung Celestial Esports. 2 teleports.
Yeah.
And with the Nidalee in the side of NAGA Esports. So, well, right now, they have the objective though. But will this be enough? That's another dark binding na inaabangan natin na mag-miss mula kay because the fight breaks out on this one and Hex getting the breach mula kay Luxuria. He's fading out for the lamps in his fight but he has low health now. What can he do? Luxuria has the free hit. Deuces will lose his tackless wild growth onto him and it will be the Nautilus going down into the hands. No, he won't. Yes, he will. But Mikos will also be included and that is a shutdown onto Suzaku as he's the only member mula sa NAGA Esports that will go down. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of NAGA Esports.
Actually, sobrang awkward ng clash na yun kasi Hex was put down to 20% health bago pa may mangyari. The fight hadn't even started and Hex was already so low kasi sobrang haba ng range ni Caitlyn. That's the one thing that's so scary about NAGA. Kahit hindi pa nagsisimula yung clash, yung range ni Azir tsaka ni Caitlyn, sobrang haba niya. So, if CE does not make the first move para maabot yung dalawang carry na yan, nothing will happen.
Yes, man. It's like you're trying to initiate using a lamp to respite by baiting it. But Daigo will go down. It will be Faith lancing her way against Daigo. And Hex gets juiced by Luxuria and nakaready. Sama mo pa si Marky. That's the turret hit para sa member ng Celestial Esports. Again, because na naman Dark Biting, hindi na nawawala yan. And 3 members of NAGA Esports will take on this mid lane inhibitor turret.
Wow. So, yeah.
Wow!
Wala ako masyadong masasabi doon. It's just Naga really pushing up mid. CE got a bit confident siguro kasi they were able to take down Daigo so they tried to snowball siguro from the kills to a Baron. Pero,
nag-go sila sa torre ni Daigo.
Tsaka si Suzaku was able to land the first stun onto Kindred. So, that was a unfortunate series of CC from the side of Naga.
Unfortunate series din of baits.
Yun din.
Anong naramdaman ng Celestial Esports na wala si Daigo?
Para
okay
sila,
na, engage na.
Engage na tayo.
Oops. May torre, hindi na.
Wait lang. Torre ba natin to? Torre ba natin to? Parang hindi Ayun, so they got bursted down. The Baron will be set up now in favor of Naga kasi top lane is pushing in their favor, so is mid and bot lane will push as well. So, this is the part of the game kung saan sobrang nag-favor din siya sa side ng Naga. Kasi as long as all the waves are pushing in your favor, tsaka nasa inyo yung vision, CE will never be able to set up a proper 5v5 team fight, which is ideally their strength. So Naga's playing very well sa win conditions ng team composition nila. Alam nila na medyo mahina yung 5v5 nila upon late game, so they will go for early towers, get the buffs to push the turrets and manage the waves. para hindi makapag 5v5 yung CE.
That bait from Hex was really questionable over the river, no?
Oo.
Wow. Well, three dragons now in hands of NAGA Esport. A crucial buff. Movement speed. Nagko-complement ng grabe.
Yes.
Para sa composition
Grabe,
nila. Yan yung kulang lang eh. Yan yung kulang, di ba? Yung chase nyo. Kailangan
Oo.
nyo lang ng pang-chase. Yes, may passive mula kay Badger. Pero compared to the composition na meron itong Celestial Esports built for the siege, yun nga. And pang-counter lang halos yung orientation. Lalo pa meron nandun si Akarain para sa side ng NAGA Esports. You would want this movement speed, di ba?
Plus, Akarain and Janna, sobrang bilis na ngayon ng pag-roam nila.
Oo.
Which is exactly what they need. Kasi as long as they can set up for objectives before CE, ibig sabihin nun, mas marami kayong vision around of the objective, hindi kayo mafa-flank ng Nautilus, which actually has not happened all game.
Yes.
As long as you can keep that from happening na hindi mahuli yung backline
Yan
Azir and
nga eh.
Caitlyn nyo, you will never lose a
Speaking
team
of-
fight.
Yun din yung problema though. Malambot pa si Hex. Even though there's the Sterax for
Oo,
Hex.
oo.
I don't think it's very risky
Yung positioning niya.
to put Hex in the front line at sabihan mo si Deuces na dun ka sa likod.
Oo.
Di kailangan si Deuces sa harap.
That's
Sure
the
na given
delicate
na yun.
thing about CE. Kasi yung Naga, as long as they have set of vision, hindi sila takot na dumiretso lang sa lane going forward. Yung CE kasi, they need to be able to set up around an objective and put wards behind Naga para makapag-TP si Deuces sa likod at mahuli niya si Azir and Caitlyn. Kasi the moment na makasingit itong si Deuces sa likod, wala na magagawa yung Naga eh. Magkaka-chaos na agad yung siege nila eh. Pero Naga's clearly playing really well with their team composition kasi alam nila, set up for objective or turret first, and then siege, and then win.
I'm just wondering, sino kaya mas malambot, no? Si Suzaku or si Deuces?
Feeling ko,
Interesting.
wala
Yan
nang
natin.
silbing sagutin yung tanong na.
Oo nga, ang laki ng mga stats nila.
Pareho yun eh.
I mean, sino yung unang masishred?
Looking at shred
Mas malaki
potential,
mas malaki yung armor
sa
ni
late game
Suzaku.
kasi, sa
Yeah.
late-
Mas maraming stats.
yeah,
Mas maraming
yeah.
defensive stats ngayon. So, yung pala yung laking problema para sa Celestial ngayon. Pagdating sa frontline, laking sakit sa ulo para kila Hex, para kila Mikey. Kapag nasa harapan si Suzaku, hindi sulit yung damage nila compared to Deuces.
Tsaka sobrang ganda ng peel ni Poppy for backline champions like Azir and si Caitlyn because of her steadfast presence. Walang makaka-dash forward, hindi
Yun nga.
kahit maka-hook si Deuces, mag-steadfast presence agad si Poppy, hindi na agad magko-connect yun. He won't drag himself in. Therefore, wala na makaka-follow up na damage. So, this pick or this draft by Naga clearly was set up to keep Daigo and Luxuria safe.
Tingnan mo itong dalawang to. Kanina pa nagpapaluan, parang may damage sila sa isa't isa.
Bet ko 30 minutes, tapos na yun.
Maglakad na lang kaya sila. Tore na lang, may naglolo ka.
Yeah, but we can see there's a 4-man push at this top lane.
Grabbing right click, grabbing control, ang daming
Oo
actions
nga
per
eh.
minute. Wala
Mas
pa
wala
yata
nangyayari,
300, 200 health yung nagagawa nila sa isa't isa.
Yung 30 minutes bago matapos yung...
Wave clear na lang yung gagawin nila eh. Dapat puro pang wave clear na lang yung investment nila sa
sige,
skill.
ikaw lang.
Sige, paluan kayo. Baka may damage. Tawag mo yung health nila.
Wala nangyayari.
Baka ano pa eh. Grass of the Undying. Nasa may shield pa. Ang labo.
Dapat record natin yung buong game. Tapos sila lang.
Nagpapaluan.
Nagpapaluan lang.
Tapos abutin tayo ng pasukan.
Parang nanonood kang mag-grow yung grass.
Alright, engage! Only not to Daigo does he have the Sonya's Arcless. No, he won't. It is actually Lilas and Daigo gets popped by Marky on that one. And it'll be Daigo going down. Mikos gets included. Isama mo dun si Badger. Suzaku leading the front line. Dredge line onto Luxuria. A shutdown onto that Caitlyn. Wow, the formation of NAGA Esports gets broken. And it is Suzaku, the second man standing for the rest of NAGA Esports. And Akarain chopping her way out of the fray. And that is the sub connecting. An ace! For Celestial Esports.
Can we please get a replay of that? Pero yun na nga yung, yun na nga yung sinasabi ko. The moment that you can engage onto Naga and catch the carries off guard, it's all over. And nakita natin, sobrang late ni Suzaku sa fight na yun.
Oh, man.
He did not tell his team, or well, I don't know if he did, pero obviously they backed out too late. Nakita natin, Deuces was already here.
Ayun oh.
Flash viewing, and without the steadfast presence to keep Nautilus away from the fight, it's just so easy for CE Marquee to land the ult, to get the damage down. Nakita natin, Suzaku is useless at this point kasi Luxuria is already being locked down by Deuces at this point. Without Poppy in the front line of this team composition, it will crumble. It
Yeah.
will crumble.
Ang ganda ang nagawang ult doon ni Suzaku, but still, the damage is now gone para sa side na NAGA Esports. Look at Akari. I wonder how much damage yung na-contribute niya sa team fight na yun.
ay.
Sobrang kapos yun, I'm guessing. Because, alam mo yun, pop lang na pop yung kanyang, parang puro spear na lang yung binibitawan niya. Nahihirapan siya mag-dive. It's very risky to dive in against the Nautilus.
And keep in mind, we're at 38 minutes in the game with a Baron buff on to Celestial Esports. This is where they shine. Kindred is already reaching almost lock-in items. Pati si Jinx actually malapit na rin siya. They're gonna start shredding through this puppy.
Yeah,
And it's,
though,
actually, this is already very
I
scary.
believe this is going to be a long game kasi yung composition ng NAGA Esports is not built for aggression.
Oh, yun din.
It's built for
Daigo doesn't
countering
mind
the...
late game either.
It's built for countering the siege mula dito sa Celestial Esports. So, probably management of the death timers.
It'll be all about macro play. No?
Yes,
Talaga
man.
sa point na to. It's all about decision-making. Tignan na lang natin kung sino yung mas magaling mag-shot call.
Grabe si
Sa game
Deuces
na to.
dito, patong-bato na. Even Luxuria has no damage against Deuces. And this is the siege composition, ladies and gentlemen. Baron buff of Celestial
Oo
Esports.
nga. At this point, wala talaga masyadong damage si Akarin eh. He
Yeah.
will just be there to put down wards.
Dive for the
Maybe-
backline, man.
Oo. Kung kaya niya abutin si Marky, kung kaya,
Oh,
then maybe.
I would just, when the fight breaks out, when all skills gets laid down, just dive for the backline. Dive for the backline. Kasi nagtatanky build rin naman si ano eh. Si Akarin eh. I mean, in some way, meron siyang tankiness. So, Zonia's Hourglass, Rylai, diba?
Rod of Ages 2.
Oh, man. Buti na lang yung Torre na yun, no? Hirap nun, paano ka lalagpas? Ay, yung Torre na yan, yung traps na yan.
Oo nga eh.
So,
Tingnan natin.
Tatansyahin ni
They'll
Deuces
really
kung-
wait for the Baron buff to expire kasi sobrang lakas ng wave clear ng CE
And
with their composition.
even Deuces, nagdadalawang isip na tayuan yung
Oo nga eh. Yung traps.
yung corn plantation dito ni Luxuria.
Oo nga, no? You have
Paano
two
mo
champions
lalagpasin
with
no?
traps. So that's Caitlyn and Akarin. Pareho
Oh.
silang maglalagay ng traps.
Oh man, ayun no, ayan ang anti-siege.
Oo nga.
Yan ang anti-siege composition.
Sige, si Luxuria parang, sige, apakan niyo
Oh,
yan.
sige, todo invest yung Celestial Esports, di ba? Ang problema, pag nabasag yung Torre, tatayuan lang ni Daigo ng
Oo
bagong
nga.
Torre yan. Anti-siege and a siege composition.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
Extremely long range, 2 forms of disengage. Actually, 3
And I believe-
forms of disengage.
I
Grabe.
believe an extremely long game.
Oo, grabe.
If everyone just fights on, everyone just play according to their composition.
FYI, mga teams, di pa kami nagdi-dinner. Joke lang.
Matinding bakbakan to. Mukhang hindi tayo papaabuti ng Valentine's Day ng mga players natin. Nagtayo na ng pundasyon dito si Daigo. Setting up that turret. Let's see if they could.
Bot lane is also pushing in their favor.
Yeah, but
So this will be pretty scary. Top lane is pushing though in favor of CE. So we'll see kung paano nila i-manage yung side waves nila.
But will that one turret be enough? Wow, the traps.
Oo nga eh.
Grabe.
Oh, sige, apakan niyo muna.
Tayuan lang. Tayuan lang. Although ang bilis lang rin ulit i-set up yan.
Oo nga. O, yan na naman.
Oo. Ayan ulit. Tatlong trap ulit.
Parang hindi na to League of Legends eh. Parang tower defense na siya eh.
So,
Tower defense.
ano ba to? May sumisigaw na ba mula sa side ng Celestial Esports na Riot, please? As NAGA Esports managed to close the gap onto this mid lane inhibitor turret. Dark Mighty connected on to Suzaku. This is it? Will this be it? No,
No.
it is not.
And bot lane wave is also pushing. Dragon should be coming up in a few minutes. This top lane will be pushed though. Walang turret, so this
Now,
will be an
mga pre,
easy inhibitor.
I could sense some of our viewers typing Caitlyn OP.
Oh! Wow! Oh no!
That crucial dark binding, will that be enough? Okay, will that be worth it mula kay Miko? Suzaku gets left out. The ult gets laid down mula kay Suzaku. He's doing the work onto the backline. Dito ng NAGA
nice.
Esports. You have to take note. They have the firepower. They don't have the tankiness though. And 5 members of NAGA Esports will fall back. You could see 1 minute 40 seconds bago lumabas sa Dragon. No sense and no hints of the Baron popping up over the Summoner's Reef.
Grabe yung disengage potential ng NAGA.
Oo.
You knock 3 people away, tapos ang dami niyo pang dash-dash na kung ano-ano
May
sa
movement speed.
sa wall.
Yun pala yung pill nila, hindi movement speed.
Oo.
Dash.
Oh, dash.
Pill.
All
Oh,
across.
no. There's the chase. Luxuria! Luxuria! Is receiving the rocket!
Oh!
The
There it
crits!
goes.
You have no freaking idea kung gaano ka-auto maghabol itong Celestial Esports. Dedicated kung dedicated.
Oo nga, ilang minutes yun ang paghabol.
Pero, look at Suzaku.
Alright, so that's an inhib. They will just delay the recalls.
Man.
Actually, it's a base race.
A mini base race, an inhibitor race. I would say, and actually doing the hustle on that one, i-ignoring ka lang yan, pre, Deuces, ba't ka nandiyan?
Of all the people to send.
Oh, man. Wow.
Alright, so keep in mind that also some turrets taking damage now.
Yeah, man. This
Oh, and there's a missing code, guys!
Oh!
For the Match and Win promo, this is the mid lane. Skin Akarin, umalis ka dyan.
Ah!
Euro 8, question mark T22X,
Oh my God!
028CF,
Wow,
1 UDR.
This could be the game for Celestial Esports. 3 members are gone. Isang member na lang. It's only Daigo defending their base. You have to take note. Suzaku is having a hard time as Deuce is doing the work against him. No minions para sa dito ng Celestial Esports. That's one card for NAGA Esports to defend their base. The top lane inhibitor turret will go down. Include the inhibitor on that one. And ano yun? There's the ult mula kay Caitlyn. Dark Binding ni Mikos.
Okay, so tignan natin na. The death timers will definitely be back.
Yes,
This
man.
game is not over.
Things
Keep in
are
mind,
really intense.
That's 3 inhibitors down for the side
Celestial.
of Celestial Esports. And the one that's going to respond soon is the mid lane. So actually, with that clash, sa sobrang tagal ng CE at the top lane to try and take it down, this might be a free Dragon to Baron for
Ng
NAGA
NAGA
Esports.
Esports, yeah.
Because ang tagal ng paghabol nila, they were able to get 2 kills, yes, but they did not get, actually they only got 1 inhibitor out of that.
Yeah, and kapos sa pushing potential yung dalawang may teleport sa kanila.
Yeah, that too. So that's gonna be
So
4th
no ba-
Dragon, which means less damage taken from turrets now,
Yeah.
plus a Baron buff gonna be set up very soon from NAGA. If CE allows NAGA to get this Baron, I'm not sure kung paano.
Pero walang teleport si Suzaku. So, you know, Celestial Esports has all the assets to fight this
Yeah.
Baron buff. But they have to make the team fight quick.
Yeah, pwede
All doors are
silang-
open in their base.
Yeah, they can try to do yung mind games with NAGA to try and set up yung side waves tapos TP the back into the base. Pero I'm not sure what they're gonna do.
This is it.
This
This is what you are
point. This is
saying.
the TP.
The Baron to the Dragon. Super Mega Death Rocket gets active. Super Mega Death Rocket gets used, and just like that, Badger gets picked
Oh, no.
up. Hex in the house! Andito ako, and I'm John Cena! Launch Respite activated. Luxuria going solo. Hex gets popped out. Gets ult away from his own ult. And that is Hex going down. Luxuria managed to survive, laying down that... Wow. That ult mula kay Caitlyn.
Sige, habang... Oh!
Oh
the
my
Q,
God!
very missing.
Onto Daigo,
Oh, no.
there's the turret also getting laid down. You have to take note. Wala ng Emperor's Divide dito. Suzaku has low health even though he has the tankiness. Heroic Charge. Nobody's hitting Marky. No, the turret is not hitting Marky and it is Deuces. Is it enough? Will that do any work against him? Ladies and gentlemen, there's 3 members of NAGA Esports going down. The Baron didn't go into any team yet. Wala napunta. Napuntahan yung Baron.
And
But
there's a TP.
wow, the first Nexus Dart will go down. What is the cost? Is it
Grabe.
worth it? Maybe
Maybe
I'm
get
worth
a
it.
replay of yung clash kanina sa top lane. Pero that was a really...
Wow.
Yun na nga eh. Kapag nakapag-flank kahit isang member ng Celestial, nagbe-breakdown talaga yung composition ng NAGA.
Wow.
Pero they had to use 2 TPs
Oo,
to
man.
save their base, which is
Kailangan
almost
na
down.
mag-awaken mode dito ng Celestial Esports. This is so bad for them. Though, Akarin again,
no!
doing the throw. Oh, Flame Choppers onto him. Will have been off the crit. 477 is the magic number. Hindi ililigtas ni Marky yung kanyang support. One running mula kay Luxuria and an execute also because Area 51, mga pre. Only 3 members of 3 members of Celestial Esports has their hands full defending their base as 3 members of NAGA Esports are still in the underworld.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a Baron. Actually, magre-respawn na halos lahat ng inhibitor na. So that's good news
Yeah.
coming in from Celestial. Maybe they can regain yung momentum sa game na to. Pero Baron now is being marked and this objective will decide, I
Yes,
think,
man.
everything.
Ikaw, pre. Ikaw,
Bilisan niya,
Baron
magparo na kayo
buff.
para makapag-dinner na kami. Sige,
Ang
go.
pagmumuka ng katapusan. The deciding objective.
Pero nakita natin na NAGA sometimes when they're able to walk backwards, nahuhuli pa rin talaga
Oo, man.
sila minsan ni Hex tsaka ni Deuces. They have to be careful for things like that kasi yun nga eh, parang yung NAGA is like a giant cannon. Pero kapag napuntahan kayo sa likod ng cannon, syempre, you can't attack from where the gun isn't pointing. So
I kept telling
you have to be
Azuray kanina, I'm so excited for this match.
Yes, everyone.
Naga, Celestial, itong dalawang team na to.
Everyone who has been following
These two teams, man.
they would know that this would be an exciting match.
Oh,
48
man.
minutes. We're reaching 2 hours.
Oo.
1 hour each na games. Sakit ng ulo ko.
Sobrang heavy gets ng mga game na to and
But-
nobody's stepping down.
And I'm glad na meron tayong games na
Oh,
ganito.
man.
Because guys, pretty much this is a preview of yung playoffs natin.
Oo. Grabe. Nidalee jungle.
So, there's a lot of vision wars going on. The map is much brighter for Naga no, around Baron. So they're able to set up for it faster, but they're also gonna mawawala rin yung vision in Suzaku.
May teleport
really
si
pushing
Suzaku
up
and even
this.
Deuces.
Deuces has no TP.
Yeah, at ito
Suzaku
yung
has TP.
dalawang mapagpanggap. Akala nila may damage sila sa isa't isa. Pwede sila maglakad alam mo yun, mag-advance na lang sa minion wave.
Oo nga
Tapos ignore nila yung isa't isa.
Walang mangyayari.
Pero kailangan mo kasi bantayan kung sino yung magte-teleport.
Oo, yun din.
Wow, so Deuces will go for that, akala ko mag-ano siya, home guard teleport play. No,
sige,
we won't.
ito na naman.
Yeah, hindi pre, walang damage.
This is the inhibitor wars.
Yeah, I mean, Suzaku will just focus the inhibitor.
Tan, 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 tan,
Oh man,
tan, tan.
angkla kung sa angkla. Wait, baka may fight na doon sa Dragon.
Nothing's happening here yet.
Oh,
Actually,
yes,
sobrang
the
awkward
Dragon
because
Dance.
they're being pincered in by Hex.
Yes.
Oh, there's a clash.
Okay, Hex pulling up pa dyan. Sina over that one. Kanina, yan, nung nag-labs respite, inod sa palayo dito ni Daigo. And wow, Deuces is doing the good work against Suzaku. But, ayun na nga, Inhibitor will go down in favor of Naga Esports. Suzaku going solo. And wow, nagkakatarantaan tayo dito mga kaibigan. Wow, the death timers are so real. But, pinauwi pabalik.
Crew.
Ni Suzaku.
Awkward.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, they won't be able to take this one.
And Akarin going for the push. What is this game? Oh my God, Suzaku says no, Taki. Where's the damage? Could Akarin finish the game? Oh, there's
No,
the
no,
Zoya
I don't
Sagas.
think he can.
One
I don't
final
think he
jump, the timing to ni Hex ng isang dark binding. And it will
Oh
be
my
Vardy closing the
gosh.
game as an ace gets closed down against Naga Esports. It will be 1-1. Ladies and gentlemen, as Celestial Esports will take on the victory against Naga Esports. GG, well played.
GG, well played really from both teams. Pero grabe, that last clash was a huge mistake, I feel. Actually, I don't even know if I can call it a mistake, pero
Hindi ko na kinakaya.
kasi the thing about that last clash, alam kasi ng Naga na walang makaka 1v1 against Poppy.
Oo.
The problem was, when you put Poppy against Nautilus, never expect to teleport and respond to your team. The problem is kung magti-team fight kayo with the composition of Naga, Naga will never win without Poppy.
Yeah.
Because there is no peel
Nag-commit yung
anymore.
Naga.
Oo,
Oo.
they were not supposed to be where they were. Hex was easily able to catch up with the flash and then able to take down Daigo and Luxuria. So, grabe, as much as they were doing so well the first 40 minutes of the game, when Naga decided, the moment na nag-decide yung Naga na, guys, gawin natin Suzaku split push ka, tapos lahat kami in another lane, that was a mistake of the game, I think.
That was a crazy game.
A crazy best of 2.
Yeah. One of the best series we will ever see. We have
See
seen
in
here. We have
P-
seen
in
here.
PGS.
In PGS. And I'm actually confident na marami pang darating as we are about to enter the playoffs.
Grabe, guys. This is
Oo.
just a preview of what's gonna come in the future. But thank you so much for joining us despite 2 games lang ngayon.
Grabe.
Despite yung drop nga ng XHG, they weren't able anymore to continue throughout the split. So we had 2 games a day. And it's a draw.
Yeah, you could see into our scoreboard. 1-1. Sobrang gitgitan ng ating top 4. Nobody wants to fall out of the top 4 papunta sa ating playoffs. And that is Celestial Esports with 10. Naga Esports and Celestial Esports both sitting at 10 points along with Mineski. Okay, with a win-lose record of 8-4, whereas Imperium Pro Team is sitting on the top spot, 11 points with a win-lose record of 9-5. If you would see our schedule, ayan nyo, makikita natin sa ating schedule, remaining 2 weeks. ng ating group stage.
Yes, Celestial versus Infuse, and then IPT Blue versus Empire X. Yung
Yes.
IPT Blue, sobrang delikado na nila because I'm not sure if they can make it to the playoffs with their number of points. But if they're able to get 2 wins against AEX, there might still be a chance. For CE, I'm almost sure kasi Infuse is very much an underdog in this team. So I'm not sure if they'll be able to get any more wins at this point. Pero CE was able, I think if they get the next 2-0, they will already be at 13 points.
Yeah, yun
which
na
is a sure slot, no?
Yes,
at the playoffs.
Actually, things are looking good for Celestial Esports. Imperium Pro Team Blue and AEX, we don't know. Sobrang wildcard ng AEX kasi,
AEX,
diba?
I think hindi na kaya talaga at this point for the point system.
Yun lang yung sa point system lang. Pero, pwede may upset din sa Imperium Pro Team.
Yes,
Actually,
yes,
actually,
it's still possible.
Mainit sa baybayan, Mineski
Versus Naga.
yung last game ng ating group stage.
Yung set na yun, guys, I cannot emphasize how that will change talaga yung playoff standings natin.
Sobrang crucial na.
Yeah, sobrang crucial
Like,
talaga nun.
Matalo ka doon, may chance kang malaglag.
Yeah.
All or nothing for Mineski and for NAGA Esports. Grabe.
It has to be either a 1-1, tapos mag 3-way tiebreaker sila
Oo.
with IPT, or one person takes it all and kicks everyone else out of the playoffs. So grabe, guys!
Guys, Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split. You should, if you're following the LoL esports scene, I mean yan, LoL Philippine esports scene, this is one of the craziest split
We
have
haven't
ever
seen this level of play from the PGS in a
Ayan.
very long time considering na halos past 1 year na kami dito. It's really an exciting phase for the PGS right now. So we hope that you stick with us every Friday at this point to watch the final sets and find out who will go to the playoffs. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
And of course,
before we go,
Ayan, maraming salamat to the one entity that made this all possible sa aming official energy shot. That is the Booster C Energy Shot Genius. Boost your focus, boost your game. Boost na boost yung mga laro natin, na boost din yung shot. Kasi alam ko sa mga viewers natin, boost na boost din kayo with that Booster C skin giveaway.
Yes.
Yung share and win nila. And
congrats
also,
sa mga mid-lane main na nanalo.
congratulations dun sa nanalo ng ating match and win promo,
Yes.
CE Fade Bundle, di ba? Okay, crazy. I'm looking forward to the Hex Bundle.
Yes.
Ang ganda ng mga champion
Oo
pool
nga,
ni Hex
oo
eh.
nga.
Ayan. So, guys, would you like to send in your shoutouts, GS Amplifier?
Actually, just pretty much to you guys sa PGS Rift, of course, for everyone who's been watching, sa mga, of course, sa mga nanonood ng review ko between the IPT and
Yes,
the Blue
man.
Game. Shoutouts to you guys. Thank you very much. And
Okay.
shoutouts to all of the people who support Philippine esports.
Ako naman, I would like to send my shoutouts to my special someone, okay, to
Ako
VP.
rin.
Ayan, syempre. And I also would like to send my shoutouts sa lahat ng mga lover summoner natin na nandyan.
Yes, guys. Don't forget, may lalabas na Oriana and Sona skin
Oo.
very soon in this patch for
Yes.
Valentine's Day. Tama-tama.
Yes, big shoutouts to all the summoners who are celebrating the Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Not just with their special someone, but also with League of Legends.
Yes. Siyempre, hindi mo mawala.
Kadate yung League of Legends. Akala nyo,
Oo.
kailangan ng girlfriend, boyfriend para mag-celebrate ng Valentine's Day.
Even League of
Hindi,
Legends
pre.
can be your partner.
Hindi,
Gaya,
pre.
Actually, gusto nyo tignan yung
May-
article ni Aika.
Tsaka may, article ni
Oo,
Ike,
yeah,
if a
yeah.
LoL champion loves you, please do check that one out. Even
Yeah.
Rumble Royale. Shinare yun ng Rumble
Yeah.
Royale. Big shoutouts to Rumble Royale, to Suzy Sor for streaming that one. And, ayun, I would like to also announce yung LoL event ng,
Yes.
ng League of Legends PH. Ayan, yung Valentine's event natin. Be sure to check that one out on the League of Legends PH fan page. Ayan. And of course, syempre, sa mga viewers natin, maraming salamat. At
Thank you.
happy birthday. Happy birthday,
Bukas
Jess
pa,
Amplifier.
bukas pa. Yeah,
Advance happy birthday. Wala tayong stream bukas eh.
Oo nga, oo nga.
So,
Sige,
I would like
online
to
na
send my shoutouts to GS Amplifier. Katabi ko. Ayan guys, it has been an honor to shout guys alongside with you, GS Amplifier.
Yes!
And of course sa inyo, sa mga viewers natin, tuloy-tuloy lamang tayo dito sa panonood, pagsusubaybay para matuto, para gumaling at para lumakas, para sumuporta sa League of Legends Philippines Esports. This is the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split, now on its week 12. Kami pa inyo naging shoutcaster. Ako po si GS Shinmo with the 1 for an eye.
Ako po si GS Amplifier.
And we'll see you guys next week!
Happy Valentine's!
Happy Valentine's!
The new champ is a girl, but she looks like a man. The spells are so